Why, hello, it's the first Wednesday of the month. So that means that we go over what we ended up picking up last month, what ended up blessing us, and going over on these shelves that we have right here. So, what do we end up picking up? What's going on? How's it going? What's up? And why, hello. I think I already said hello. Either way, so this is going to be the last one of the year. So that's going to be wrapping this up. And it's also the last one before we have the big change that comes over next year. So that means this is going to be the final time that we're going to end up having it underneath the current conditions that we have right now. And stay tuned because there's going to be some big changes that's going to come over to the channel. Like sprinkle some of the changes that's going to be going on. But that's not the reason that we're here. We're going over the books that we picked up last month. That's right, we're going over the books that we picked up in November. We have a pretty good selection, but before I end up doing that, if you want to have a haul of your own, you go over to PBC or Panel Bound Comics to be able to make your own haul, where you can use discount code FFitJack to save $2 off. Or if you have 4 or more books, you can use the code Jacking Together to save 5% off your entire order instead. Orders over $30 ends up being some free shipping. So it's a good way to help the channel, help yourself to some awesome books, and have a great time. Alright, with that said, we have a format that we've picked up. We got manga, followed by independent, followed by DC, and then we're going to finish it off with Marvel. So stay tuned. And let's dive right into the sauce and go over what we ended up picking up. We have no manga this month, but we do have some independents. Starting off with the first independent, it's going to be Rook Exodus. This is the deluxe copy that they end up coming over with it. And it's pretty stellar, and it's a pretty big steal that you end up having. It's a bigger book, and it's a $40 that you can end up picking this up cover price wise. I'm sure you could find it a little bit cheaper over at like Panel Bound Comics or any other places like that. It's a solid pickup because these deluxes are pretty much, I want to say, library size. These are bigger, and this is also an addition to the entire Ghost Machine product. That, if you don't know what that is, well, you have Geiger, you have Junkyard Joe, and now you have Rook Exodus. Some good solid pickups. Also, we have a quick review of this book. Our last independent that we have is Curse Words. This is a deluxe copy. I got a steal. Went over shopping at another comic book shop and found this, so I had to pick it up. And I've been interested into it. It's by Charles Schulz and Ryan Brown. And it's a nice little way that goes over with it. And this has the entire thing wrapped into there. Jumping in here, I realized I missed something that was in the Independence, which was the Compendium of East and West. This has the entire run of East and West, and I know there's deluxes out there, but they're going a little bit crazy right now. I also saw on Jake and the Boys, there's a book that I ended up seeing on his little compendium thing, and it's definitely something that's interested in the way he described it. Seemed like it was going to be a pretty stellar. It's by Hickman, so it's definitely going over with that. And it has Dragata, I think that's how you say it, who does the art on Absolute Batman. So I wanted some more stuff that ended up having his work done with it. So it seemed like a perfect mix to be able to pick that up. That covers the Independents. What's next? DC, of course. And with DC, we have only one book that we end up having. What is that book? Well, it's not your stereotypical book that you'll be expecting, but it's Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, or Scooby Apocalypse Omnibus. So it's something that a couple of my friends started reading this book, and one of them started putting little feelers out there. And honestly, Jake from Brave and the Boys ended up getting my interest peaking a little bit. And then my friend BJ Kiggs over at Comics Are Dope ended up pushing me the rest of the way into this little rabbit hole. So I'm excited. Obviously, I started a little bit. So this might be another review we may be having in the future. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So that wraps up DC. Now we're at Marvel. So we got a couple of screaming deals that we ended up picking up. We'll start off with another galaxy, another universe, Well, this is the first edition of it, is Star Wars. The High Republic. I remember hearing really good things about this, so I wanted to give it a shot. And yep, we picked her up at Ollie's at a crazy deal of $25 with a cover price of $100. So that's a fourth of the cost. Holy smokes! Sometimes you gotta get lucky and get going with it. It's also the first Star Wars omnibus that we ended up picking up. But we didn't stop there. We also picked up Captain Marvel by Kelly Sue McCormick. That's what I'm super excited about. This is one of them that was on the radar. And, of course, it's another Ollie's pickup. So we got a screaming deal of $35 for a book that's $125 cover cost. Holy crap. I know it's not the greatest idea of having that going over to Ollie's because it's a massive discount and everything. But we got to take the opportunities when we come over with it. Keeping on going on the good old Avenger train, we have New Avengers by Michael Bendis, Volume 2. This wraps up our first volume, and honestly, I can't wait to be able to get into this guy and get it going over with it. I read the first volume. Well, I read it a long time ago, didn't really care for it, but then I reread it, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I've loved what's going on, and I wanted to get a complete picture that comes over with it. So, we picked up Volume 2. And the good old Marvel train keeps on going. Choo-choo! With the reprint of House of X and Powers of X. This has a sewn binding compared to the other one where it has a glued binding. So that's a big reason why I want to upgrade. So it's not something new. It's just a newer edition. Also, we were able to pick up the direct market cover. And that made it so I ended up having all that going on with it. And we're just really jumping into that entire run. I know that run is going to have I think it's earmarked for like 11 books. Holy shelf business. So our final book is an X-Men, which is The Return of Wolverine. That's right, we have the death of Wolverine, and now we have the return. So that's what's going to be coming over with that. That's a nice little way to wrap up our collection that we ended up picking up. So that is the haul. Some awesome Marvel, a little bit of DC, and a lot of love with some indie. What did you think of it? Let us know how you ended up thinking about it, and what's a big book that you're looking forward to. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.